Hello. I think I'm live in both places. Hello, Soul Line Self Care Community. I was supposed to go live yesterday, so I apologize. I'm here today. I'm away. I'm staying at my daughter's home, and it's small, and we have dogs. I have, like, full disclosure, I have dogs everywhere right now, and I'm loving it, but it might be noisy, so I'm just going to warn you. I'm going to try to do, like, this quick live on this week's practice, which is basically if you're feeling stuck, this is the first step, and it's just a really easy, small step, okay? And so I'm just going to get into it. Let me just make sure I'm live on Facebook. I do believe I'm on Facebook and Instagram. Hello, Instagram. What's up? Okay. All right, so let's get into it. So, a lot of people are feeling stuck, and I get this. I get more women than men saying this to me. That might just be because I work with men. I work with women most of the time, so that might be why I hear it most of the time. But I hear things like, I feel stuck, I feel invisible, I feel like my life is over, especially women that are like my age, maybe like some middle aged, in the middle age frame, like me, like I'm 55. Um, it's saying that my connection is bad, so I'm sorry if the picture is bad. I hope you guys can still hear me. So anyway, this is really the first step that I want you to consider. And I wrote a blog on this, so if you want to read the blog, it should be on this page, both on Facebook and Instagram, so that you can walk through the steps easier. It's really just one step, to be honest with you, so it's not like a long read. It's probably like I wrote two blogs. The first one is titled the same as this post, and then the second one is Have You Reached That Point Yet? So I'll talk about that at the end. So the first step, the one thing that I want you to do, if you're feeling stuck right now, if you're feeling like you have more life to live, you want to change the circumstances, you want to experience different things in your life, but you just don't really know how to change it up, right? I cut my finger yesterday with a knife. I always cut my finger when I'm cooking. I don't know. I can't tell you. At least once a month I do this to myself. So anyway, I think the hardest thing for people, including myself, and I've been in this situation many times, is just like that first step. It's just like that you're like stuck and you're doing the same thing day in and day out, especially when you're busy, especially when you have kids, especially when you're working outside of the home. Like I work from home, I have my own business, so it's a little easier for me to control those circumstances. And I'm aware of that. So I have like this little bit of a privilege there, right? And my kids are grown, another privilege, but I wasn't always in that situation. So I know what it feels like to be totally stuck and frustrated. And really, this is the first step to really start connecting with yourself again, especially if you feel like you've lost that connection. You're doing everything for everybody else, right? And there's kind of like this societal expectation for you to do this, especially if you're a woman. We're like raised from birth to always be the person that's nurturing everybody else and putting everybody else before ourselves and taking care of ourselves. And then when we do take care of ourselves, it's considered like by society, like selfish, right? And my goal is to to tell women and hopefully change their mindset that self-care is not selfish, because when you take care of yourself and you do these things for yourself and you put yourself first, yes, that's right, I'm telling you, put yourself first before the kids, before the partner, before the family, because when you do that, you put the best version of yourself into the world, and then that is the version that's taking care of the kids, the partner, the business, the family, the parents, whoever you have to take care of, whatever you're putting yourself back into. You you put that best version of yourself out there. So that's what you need to do. It makes sense, doesn't it? Like doing it the other way around, like draining yourself to the point where you're exhausted, depressed, not happy, not feeling very inspired. That's You don't want to put that version, like as far as I'm concerned, like if I was raising my kids, I wouldn't want to be putting that version out to my kids. I wouldn't want that to be how I show up for my kids, right? Or a business or anything, right? Because that comes through in your energy 120%, right? So you want to put the best version of yourself out there. So this is really just like to get the ball rolling. And So the question that you're going to ask yourself, and this is a journaling question, almost everything I do on here is going to require you to write stuff down. And it's very, very, what's the word? I don't know. I wanted to say magical because journaling really is magical. It's like therapy. That's another good word. So it is very therapeutic to journal because things come out that wouldn't normally come out. And even like talking to yourself, which sounds crazy, but talking through things if you don't feel like journaling. Sometimes I'm tired and I don't feel like writing. I write a lot all day, or I'm typing, typing, typing. I encourage you to actually write this physically. Um, and I get tired, I'll just talk out loud to myself. And it might sound crazy. And if someone heard me, it would sound crazy. But it works really, really, really good. Okay. So the question to ask yourself is, if everything was perfect in your life, in your world, if you had everything that you could possibly dream of, with no limitations, so like no people judging you, no money limitations, no like age limitations, like I'm not too old, I'm not too young, no freaking limitations. I can't say that for some reason. No judgment, no nothing. What would it look like, right? And so I want you to make up this like so-called pretend world for yourself. What would it like it? What would you be doing? What would you look like? Would you be wearing? Who would you be hanging out with? Where would you be living? Okay. What would you be doing for business? Would you be retired? What exactly would you be doing? So I want you to write this out, like, and make it big. And when you find yourself saying, "Well, I can't do that. I have kids. I can't do that. I have a partner. I can't do that," just like I said, there's no limitations. You just want to write out exactly what you want in your life, and then don't like anytime the limitations come up, just like push them aside. I'm not saying that they don't exist. What I'm saying is you need to know what you want. That's the first step to. No, I'm sorry. That must have been an accident. Someone requested to be in my video. I think that's an accident. But anyway, where was I? Even if those limitations do come up, it doesn't mean that they don't exist. What it just you just need to know. You need to get to know yourself. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling totally, absolutely stuck, this is the first step to really get to know what you want. And then after this, that's when we start to figure out how we can start moving towards those things. And then at the beginning of this live, I talked about saying, like I wrote the 2 blog posts. And if you want to read those blog posts, you can just go to my website, tinastinson.com. The last actually the one I just put out today isn't really a part of that, but the 2 before that are about getting unstuck and also have you reached that point yet. So you could read those 2 very quick reads, like 4 minutes, 2 minutes, very quick reads. Okay, so that you could do this exercise if you want to get unstuck. It's so important. So have you reached that point yet? What I mean is when you get to a certain point, right, where you have to make the decision to change something. And it's when you reach the point where you're so freaking miserable and uncomfortable that it's actually less uncomfortable to make the change, if that makes sense. So your brain is here to protect you and keep you alive. It's not really, its job is just to keep you alive. It's not to keep you happy, okay? And so it's going to keep you in a situation that is familiar, because and also something that, well, you're still alive in that situation, right? But you're not happy, right? It's going to keep you there because it knows that you're safe there. But you're going to have to like get to a point where you're so uncomfortable with being stuck and being in that place where you don't want to be. You're not experiencing the things you want to experience. You're not with the people, spending time with the people you want to spend time with. Maybe you don't live where you want to live. Maybe you're not doing the things that you want to do for a living, right? You can't freaking stand it anymore and you have to make that change. This is the first step. Just do this exercise, write it out, and see what comes up, okay? Read the blog and do the work. If you want to go deeper with this, I have a masterclass, which is like 5 ways to step into your power. That can be really helpful. And can you see the dog behind me? Counter surfing? Bailey. Bailey. I love that. Okay, I'm just going to ignore it. That's my daughter's dog. I can't wait to tell her that. It's so hilarious. You can't see it on Instagram. She was up on the counter, and on the Facebook video, you could see it. So yeah, the masterclass, I'll put the link to that Um, I'll put the link in the bio on Instagram and on Facebook. I'll put the link in the comments for you guys if you're interested in going just a little bit deeper with that masterclass. It's a really, really, really good one. And I will be back next week with another step to help you get unstuck and move forward. Okay, guys, I love you. Bye. It's not ending. Okay, bye for real.